name is Keith William Seckel, and I exited the Navy as HT3. I can remember one time working and having to crawl inside the evaporator and having to fix something in the evaporator, and that was a tight spot. I remember we had to fix a lot of leaks, and you know, the leaks aren't bad, except you can never shut the water off. And so trying to fix a leaky pipe that has water running through it is almost impossible because the water runs to the heat. And so we'd have to come up with some kind of way to block the water from one point to get it to stop long enough to fix it. But we did fabricating. We did a lot of plumbing things. It always never failed. We'd get a call from the galley that we'd have to come up and clean the drains out because the cooks would put down rice down the drain. And of course, what happens with rice when it gets wet, it expands, and we'd have to blow the system. We had jerry-rigged a CO2 bottle, and we'd fill it with CO2 or whatever, and we'd had this long nozzle, and we'd put it down the drain and hit it. It would basically blow out, you know, that force of air would blow out the drain and clear it. So I remember doing that more than a few times, fixing pipes, replacing valves, things like that. AC, we did some AC work, just the plumbing part of it, not the AC part. I remember carrying, I was talking to some friends earlier about carrying, the Hector had like a two-story open area where the foundry or where the machines were. We had big machines. And I remember carrying CO2 and acetylene bottles from one deck all the way down, which was a double flight of stairs, carrying those bottles down that ladder. One guy would cradle it under his arm. The guy who was on the top would literally hold on to because they had a cap on them, steel cap, and he was basically holding it and walking down the steps, kind of doing this because it was, I mean, they were heavy bottles. So I remember doing that, fixing toilets, replacing toilets, things like that.